Okay, we're starting the new chapter on credit, and this is our first assignment, Introduction to Consumer Credit. So make sure you read through this here to understand. But just this general concept of we now, as we turn 18 and we're available to apply for credit, instead of just the buy now, pay now option, you now have a buy now, pay later option for using credit. So if you purchase something that you don't pay for immediately, you are using credit. So let's go down and look at a couple scenarios here. So Lily wants to purchase an electric guitar. The price of the guitar is $22.40. If she saves $90 per month, how long will it take her to save up for the guitar? So $22.40 divided by the $90 per month is 24.88. So we're going to say about 25 months, which is approximately 2 years and 1 month. So the same example, she speaks to the salesperson at the music store who suggests that she just buy the guitar on an installment plan. It requires a 15% down payment, and the remainder plus a finance charge is paid back on a monthly basis for the next 2 years. The monthly payment is $88.75. What is the finance charge? So again, let's first just look at the 15% down payment. 0.15 of her price, $22.40, she's going to be paying $336 now. And then the 2240 minus the 336, this is how much she's financing. $1904. So the remainder plus a finance charge is paid back on a monthly basis for the next 2 years, and the monthly payment is $88.75. So 88.75 times 24 months. Let's see how much she's really paying for this guitar. So she's paying $21.30. She actually pays the $21.30 plus that original $336 down payment. So the total she's paying for the guitar is $24.66. So that is the cost of the payments plus the down payment. And this could also be called the sum of the payments. So the monthly payment is this. What is the finance charge? So the definition of the finance charge is the amount you pay for an item over and above the price. So if her original price was $22.40, and we know that we actually paid $24.66 for this, we're going to subtract the two and see what that comes out to. So I get a difference of $226. What do you guys think? Is it worth it to have the guitar during the 2 years where you can actually play the guitar, learn to play, go places, do things with the guitar, right? Or is it worth it for her to spend the 2 years saving and then buy the guitar? It cost her an extra $226. But do you think that's worth it in the long run that she at least had the guitar during this entire 2 years while she was paying it back? So this is the question of credit. Is it worth it to buy something now and pay that interest, pay that finance charge? Or is it worth it to just save the money? So So her finance charge was $226. The amount she paid over the sales price. Right, Carpet King is trying to increase sales and it has instituted a new promotion. All purchases can be paid on the installment plan with no interest as long as the total is paid in full within 6 months. There's a $20 minimum monthly payment required. The Schuster family buys carpet for $21.34 and makes only the minimum payment for 5 months. How much will they have to pay on the 6th month? So we're going to take $20 times 5 months, and that's $100. So their minimum payment was $20, and they only paid that for 5 months. So in the 6th month, they would have to pay the balance. And so we take the $21.34 minus the $100 that they paid, and they have to pay $2,034 still to pay off that carpet. Now, what if they don't pay off that carpet? This is where they get us. They tell us it's 0% interest, and then they get us. What happens after that? They will start being charged interest. And it could be a really high interest rate. So you think, oh, I can pay this off in 6 months. I'll just go ahead and do this. And then you can't. You don't have the $2,000 to pay off the difference. So if they don't pay off that carpet, now you're going to start to be paid interest. We make sure we answer that question. How much will they have to pay the 6th month? Yep. So they would have to pay this $2,034, which is the balance left. All right, credit scores. Your credit changes as new credit becomes available. So you have to have open lines of credit in order to show a credit score. You'd think, oh, I have everything paid off, so I should have good credit. But you actually have to owe on credit in order to have a high credit score. So the higher your credit score, the better your interest rates that you'll receive on loans. So we all shoot for a goal of high credit scores. So what is a high credit score? Let's look at some examples. So exceptional credit is from 800 to 850. And the percentage of people that have exceptional credit is 21%. Very good is from 740 to 799. And 29% of people have very good credit. Sorry, 25. 670 to 639. Hang on. 670 to 739. 21% of people have this kind of credit. Fair credit is 580 to 669. And 17% of people have this kind of credit. Oops, I'm doing these backwards. I just noticed. And very poor is 300 to 579. %16 of people. Let's go double check our numbers. 16, 17, 21, 25, 21. 16, 17, 21, 25, 21. Okay, good. So I'm going to switch these around because I did this backwards. Sorry. Exceptionals up here. And the last one was called very poor or poor. Hang on. Fair and poor. What 5 factors are used in determining your FICO score? That's this image here. So the biggest factor is your payment history, making your payments on time. Your second largest factor is the balances owed. Try to keep your balance at 50% or less of available credit at all times. The next one is your length of your credit history. The next one is new credit, and the final one is types of credit. What new credit have you recently established? And what is your mix of credit? What types of credit do you have? Do you have revolving credit cards, like a Target card? Do you have an installment loan, like a school loan or car payment? But the types of credit that you have also help. Okay, so Joe and Sarah are both getting loans at a bank. Sarah's credit score is 515 and Joe's is 730. Joe is approved for a loan at 5.6, and Sarah must pay 4 percentage points higher because of her credit rate. What interest rate is Sarah charged? And how much in interest does Sarah pay if both were getting a loan for $1,500 for 6 years? So her interest is going to be Joe's rate, 5.6, plus 4. So she pays an interest rate of 9.6%. So Sarah's going to be 9.6%. Joe's going to be 5.6%. We're going to use simple interest because it doesn't say any kind of compounding. And so we're talking about a loan for $1,500 times a rate for Sarah of 0.096, and for the time of 6 years. And then we're doing the same thing over here for Joe to compare. His rate is 0.056, so much lower. So let's calculate how much interest for Joe, and then let's calculate how much interest for Sarah. So 504 for Joe, and 864 for Sarah. So the difference between the two is going to be her 864 minus his 504. And this shows that she is paying $360 more. How much extra in interest does Sarah pay if both were getting a loan? So here's her interest, 864. Here's his interest, 504. And so we subtract the two to see how much more she's getting.